You're welcome to today's intellectual exchange. I'm Gloria, and today we have a crucial discussion that shapes the future. And the title and topic is Nurturing Leadership Excellence Amongst Youth. Education plays a crucial role in molding our young minds into leaders and global citizens. So I will be having a conversation with Victor, a global school advocate at the United Nations Sustainable Development Solution Network for the Youth. And he has been actively involved in youth empowerment in Kampala, Uganda. Welcome, Victor, and thanks for joining us in this conversation. I also want to use this opportunity to welcome other teachers with me here, Teacher Jancy, Kenny, and Irene. You're all welcome to today's show. Please, Victor, I would like to invite you to briefly talk about your journey in education. Over to you, Victor.
Oh, thank you so much, my sister Gloria. I am really happy to be part of this interview, part of this talk. And I want to really thank God for this social networking skill that I really grabbed from the Global Schools program a couple of years back. In fact, from last year, when I applied with the United Nations Sustainable Solutions Network. And I was really able to meet a couple of teachers around the globe. Officially, my name is Akansasira Junior Victor. I come from Uganda, and professionally, I am a teacher of English and literature. I have taught since 2012 when I was in senior six. I was in my senior six vacation when I was given two classes of candidates, senior 4 and senior 6, where I was teaching literature in the senior 5 and 6, then the general paper in form 5 and 6, then literature English in senior 4. It's still a young man, and sharing with the other people was very hard, and teaching with those in their schools, and I really learned a lot from them. The other things that I've really done are I'm currently the PR for Furaha Training Institute. It is here in Kampala. We are doing more of skilling. I realized that the education system that we are having, that was brought to us by the colonialists, was not really helping us. We would just graduate from university, then go to the rest of the world and find we are just walking on streets with no skills, no competitive skills that would really enable us to compete globally. So a reason as to why you're seeing most young people are wandering on streets with nothing to do, jobless. So that's why we're saying we must give them these sustainable skills to ensure that there is sustainable development in African countries. I have also worked with the African Union, where I am the special advisor on education, data, and research. Uganda chapter, I am also part of the African Union Youth Assembly. Then also Uganda National Students Association, where I have been coordinating one of the districts in Uganda called Kiruhura. And then at the moment, I was appointed to coordinate other East African countries in ensuring that we have young people getting nurtured through debates, poetry, and public speaking. I'm really proud of you, Gloria.
Oh, thank you very much, Victor. Okay, let's kick into the question. My first question is, how do you see the role of education in developing leadership skills among today's youth? You did get the question.
My sister Gloria. And
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela Rondlala Madiba, in the former South African president, said that education is the only key that can be used to transform communities. But to me, I understand it as the only way to open the keys of prisons, the keys of all prisons. The moment there is sustainable education in our countries, in our communities, therefore, we are not going to have young people get engaged in crime scenes. And, of course, when young people are unemployed, they have nothing to do. Just expect them to be, to join the other colleagues, join the gangs to, do wrong things on the streets. And, of course, they will be put in the universities of understanding. So education plays a pivotal role indeed in ensuring that our communities are really happy. So the moment we don't curtail on sustainable, there is education, but what is that kind of education that we're giving to our young people, our students in Africa, for instance? That's why you see most of the other countries, especially in the West, you find a child at the age of 3, 4, 5, they are able to make cars. They are able to, to make phones, which is not really here in Africa. Well, that's why I'm saying we must curtail on most of the programs or projects to ensure that there is creative thinking, there is innovations, there are innovations, there are collaborative skills, there are leadership qualities. You have to look at a couple of character development in our young people. That's what I really want to understand with the education that we want to have in our countries. Madam Gloria, I want you to bear with me that education, when it is sustainable, I want to say this as a champion of education for sustainable development. That's an experience that I've really shared with most of the teachers around the globe. I've had an opportunity to share with the British Council Connect, which basically mobilizes English language teachers around the globe, where teachers come up with projects in the English classes. So, for example, if I'm teaching verbs, I have to ensure that how are these verbs integrated with the community challenges in solving the issues that are affecting the communities where we are as teachers, as with our students. The moment you teach learners on how to speak well, but not how to solve challenges that are affecting them in their communities, then you're not teaching, you're doing nothing. So I believe education must basically look at what is affecting the communities where the communities where we are really hailing from. Education, in this sense, just look at the formal education, where you have to go. I understand the different countries have different levels of education or different strategies of having their citizens acquire education. Like in Uganda, for example, one has to go through 3 classes from pre-primary 3 classes, that is nursery, and then go to acquire 7 classes, primary classes, then also has to go through 4 classes in secondary, then also has to go through two other classes in advanced level, then goes through other 3 classes at university if it is a degree. Then other courses have 4 other courses have 5 years. Just look at all those years, but you find somebody leaves classroom with nothing at all to solve challenges, which is different in other which is really different from other urban countries or the other countries in the West, which I think as Africans have to think bigger in looking at basically finding ways of suiting education within what is affecting our communities. Maybe next, or the roles, we have to ensure that, like I said previously, we must ensure that there are skills. Identify a talent in a child. Identify a skill in a child. Help that young person understand. I want to use this word, realization, self-realization. Realize the talent and the skill in a child, then teach them generally based on the curriculum of the country, but also look at what talent, what skill this young child has, so that that skill will help that person or that student.
Wow.
Yes, Gloria?
Yeah, I'm with you. Thank you very much. You see, your perspective on the role of education in developing leadership skills is insightful, emphasizing character development, critical thinking, and collaborative skills indeed create a fertile ground in nurturing leadership qualities among today's youth. This key element aligns with the broader goals of preparing students for leadership roles in their future endeavor. I appreciate your valuable contribution to the discussion on the vital key between education and leadership development. Well expressed. Thank you very much. Okay, my next question is, can you share a specific example of successful programs or initiatives that have effectively instilled leadership qualities on young individuals? Any program at all, any initiative that has instilled leadership qualities on young individuals, young children?
Well, thank you so much, Madame Gloria, for that beautiful question. Like I earlier said, as far as you having initiatives, or as far as you create projects or programs that instill the hitherto mentioned skills, therefore you are inculcating or you are promoting sustainable education. One of the initiatives that I want to mention that personally I've engaged myself in are leadership mentorship, students mentorship. Like, for example, for all the years I've been in school or in class, I have created different clubs. One of the clubs I can mention just a few of them that I've basically patronized myself, that I've formed. One of them is debating club. Just imagine debating club. Just look at young people, students in class or in school coming together, discussing issues that are affecting their communities. Just imagine when I went to South Sudan, there are issues to do with negative cultural and social norms. I was very happy when I was seeing the Dinkas discussing issues to do with ladies not allowed to go to school. In South Sudan and other countries, a lady her role is just to be prepared in a sense that she can cook well and can serve the husband very well. So a lady is just, I wanted to use this word, but they are just seen as sex materials. They are just seen as shops. Ladies in Africa are just prepared for shops, for cows. Like for us who have cows here, we think if you mold a lady very well, give her values on how to make a good home, therefore she's ready to get married, and they give many cows. When I went to South Sudan, I found that gentlemen, boys, are not allowed to clean, to sweep classes. I said, no, girls are not allowed to engage themselves in clubs, like for example, sports, in football. That is something that is abominable in South Sudan. They think when a girl plays football, she will lose her virginity, which is really which is really wrong, because I've seen ladies who are playing football and are earning a living through sports. So that is when you have these young people get together through debates and you hear them discuss those issues in debates, you say, wow, that's very beautiful. The other initiatives we have had music, dance, and drama, where young people come together and sing, act, come together and dance, basing on different cultures. Through singing and dancing, they're basically sending information that this is bad, this is good. And of course, appreciating their cultural norms and values. Then, of course, writing and journalism. I am happy that Gloria has formed a club called Kiddies Press Club that has really, that my students in South Sudan also engaged in, and were able to collaborate with his students and my friend from India, where they shared a lot with the journalism and writing skills. Those are some of the initiatives that teachers have to come up to help these the collaborative skills, creative thinking, innovative thinking, so that they can help these young people. Maybe also sports. I've done this. I am a sportsman, and I have taken students and teachers through sports. And in South Sudan, it was a campaign for peace. Those of you who have heard about South Sudan, it is a war zone area. The best way to preach about peace is putting young people and teachers and stakeholders in sports, so that when somebody makes a foul, instead of fighting, you just say, please, easy, easy, easy. If somebody plays badly, just say, I'm really sorry. We are having fun. You get the point? Mm-hmm. Then the other initiatives I've engaged learners in tree planting campaigns. Just look at SDG number 13, climate change. This is a global call that most of us have to basically come up together and see how best we can plant trees. We conserve the environment in ensuring that we have our sustainable generations in many years to come. If you are a teacher and you're not mobilizing young people to planting trees, or if they cut trees, then they plant more trees, then you are not doing anything. When global warming affects you, there's no reason for crying. Those are some of the initiatives that I really think we have done, that have taken part in ensuring that we have quality education. Thank you, Gloria.
Oh, thank you. That's beautiful initiatives.
Maybe just a minute. When I came back to Uganda, okay. I had to join other teams, and we formed Furaha Training Institute. Furaha is a Swahili word which means happiness, which means joy. My thinking was, if you start a skill, if formerly when I came here, I was just training how to make candles, like I was doing in South Sudan, how to make reusable pads, how to make liquid soap, bar soap, and other small hands-on skills. But I realized that if I don't put them within an institution, I will not engage many people. That's why we formed the Fura Training Institute, that we can mobilize many, either in the country or even outside Uganda, so that these skills can be generational and they can be transnational. Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much, Mr. Victor. Thank you. Wow, very wonderful initiatives. I must commend you for that. Well done. All right, so I'm going to, because of the time, I think I will just give you one more question before we call it a day. So in fostering global citizenship, what are the key challenges educators face, and how can they overcome this?
Well, thank you so much, Gloria.
Welcome.
There are so many challenges, I may say. Different challenges affecting us. In fact, challenges affecting on where we come from, as you know, where different basing on your country. Look, I want to say, in East Africa, in East African countries, we are now around 8 countries, and in Uganda, basically, if we had to be statistical, African countries are facing issues of colonial education, which does not instill skills, which does not basically that does not inculcate talents and sustainable education, which I really think is a very big challenge. We only teach our learners how to speak very good English, American English, and speaking through the nose. But when you ask them, can you make a matchbox? Can you make a plate? Zero, nothing at all. Can you weave a basket? Can you make a mat? Nothing. You find young people are spending a lot of money in importing goods from abroad, yet they have resources in their own countries. Just imagine you have wetlands, you have papyrus reeds in your communities, but you import baskets from abroad. This is really a wrong mindset, a wrong mentality that all of us have to come together and fight. Then there is this corruption. I don't know what happens in Nigeria, Gloria, but here it is cancer. People discuss education policies in parliament, in cabinet, but having them on ground to reach the ground is a very huge problem. We say let's have a minimum wage for teachers, or for maybe minimum school fees. It is a very huge challenge. One most important thing I want to share with you is expensive or inaccessibility to data and the internet. In the 21st century, Gloria, we must help young people to know how to use internet. We are in a multilingual society. We have to look at how we can do research. But I'm telling you, my sister, it is very expensive for a young person to access internet in Uganda, in South Sudan. You know what our leaders think? They think when internet is cheap, young people will have to abuse them on social media, which is a wrong mentality that I want all of us to come together and fight. Lastly, Gloria, teachers are very poor. I don't know how Nigerians are giving, leaders in Nigeria are paying teachers, but everyone is running from the teaching profession in Uganda. When I was in South Sudan, teachers are the poorest people in the profession. If you want to succeed in South Sudan, you have to join a private school. That's why you can get something to make sure that your family moves. But in government, zero. So there are so many challenges which I think all of us have to come together and address. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Victor. Thank you. Teacher Jancy, do you have anything to talk about, to say concerning the challenges teachers face?
Yes. Thank you, Gloria, for this opportunity. Amazing, Victor. Really, your thoughts are amazing. I really enjoyed your all your question answer. Gloria, your questions are amazing, and the way he answered, it's really very impressive. I'm so happy. So happy to be here. And yes, Gloria. And what else? It's very nice program. I really enjoyed. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
a lot.
Thank you. Okay, who else wants to say something? Do you have anything to say? I don't really know the name. Victor, please, can you help me? Okay, so do you have any word to tell us before we call it a day?
Well, I would really love to ask those people in the audience to say something,
Okay.
especially my friend from South Sudan, this lady from Uganda. I think they have something to share. Let's give them a chance.
Okay, we just have 3 minutes to the end of this meeting, so they have to be very brief. So please go ahead. If you have any question or anything to share with us, please feel free to do so.
Yes, I invite Victor to arrange a grand international
Thank
some
you.
program for children. We would love to join Victor.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, okay, I think they've sent in their text. Let me go through the charts.
Yes.
Okay. I will do that. I will do that. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. This was a very insightful session and I learned a lot today. And thank you, Teacher Zancy and everyone and Victor for your insightful answers. Honestly, I've really learned a lot from all this today. Honestly, I learned a lot. So as we wrap up this insightful discussion, it is okay. Do you have anything to say?
Me too.
Okay, thank you. So it's clear that education is a cornerstone of developing
Thank you
leaders
so much. I'm
and
really
global
humbled.
citizens. So until next time, we need to keep pushing. Let's keep pushing and keep talking, forging ahead, talking about, discussing about these issues. And maybe by God's grace, it will reach the top where people can handle it. Who knows? Who knows what can happen? What can happen through this? So I truly appreciate this. And I am looking forward to another session with you soon. And God bless you all. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we have less than 1 minute. So if you have any farewell message, you can just give it in before we go. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you, Victor. You plan for a grand session.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you very much. And have a good night's rest, everyone. Bye.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, through class to class, we will arrange a very grand international session. Victor, you can start planning for that project. Me, Gloria, everyone will be joining.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye,
Gloria.
See you.
Bye,
Bye, Victor.
Thank you.